Hey YouTube, I'm Red Baron, and I'm here today to bring you information about this brand new up-and-coming game called Elestrals. Now I say up-and-coming because it's still on Kickstarter, but I'll get to that in my next video. But first, I want to give a shout out to J Johnny, Words TCG, and Everything Elestrals, run by Moxie. I would like to thank these three individuals specifically because all four of us were in the same Discord pretty much when this game came out. Or I say came out, but when it got introduced by A Drive, aka Dan. So, and because of them, especially because of J Johnny, I made this YouTube channel. So, what I'm going to do in this video is to tell you about the very basics about Elestrals. I want to tell you why it's unique, what it's about, what cards will be used while playing, how to win, so on and so forth. So, let's get to it. Alright, as you look at here, this is on a program called TTS, Tabletop Simulator on Steam. Thanks to Words TCG, all players can enjoy this game currently on this platform. So, let me get into the card types that you'll encounter while playing Elestrals. Now, Elestrals uses a system using spirits. As we look at this spirit deck, there's 20 spirits. Now, what's unique about this game is not only are these spirits used to cast cards, they are also your life. So this whole game is about resource management. So it's not like Magic where you need to draw your lands or Yu-Gi-Oh, but where you're given a life. But as you see in these cards, check out this Elechick, for instance. On the left-hand side, you have an attack power. On the right-hand side, you have a defense power. And in the middle is what we call a rune. Now, this rune signifies one light thunder element. So in order to summon Elechick, you need to take one thunder out of your spirit deck to play this Elechick. And I'll show you right now. So you'll take one Zaptor, put the Elechick on top, and this is considered a normal enchant. Now, there are several types of enchantments. There's normal enchantment, ascension enchanting, and special enchanting. So, and every time you either ascend, you normal, or you're special, you have to take one spirit from your spirit deck and pretty much equip it, or enchant it, as we say, to your Elestral. Now, even though it does say you need one Thunder Spirit to cast this card, that is only in terms of being able to resolve its bottom effect. Say I didn't have a Thunder and wanted to use this Wind. That's perfectly normal. But Elechick's effect to get a Divine Rune to your hand will be negated, or not really negated. You will not be able to use this effect. So, like Yu-Gi-Oh, when you summon an Elestral, you can either decide to put it in attack mode or defense mode. But there's no face-down defense. Everything is up. Everybody can see it. And that's how you summon normal enchant an Elestral. Now, as this card describes, when you normal cast this Elechick, you can search your deck for a Divine Rune and add it to your hand. Now, what is a Divine Rune? Say, for all intents and purposes, you actually enchant this correctly. So, let's first discuss what the other types of cards you have. So look over here to the left. You have a Stadium. This is what we call a Stadium Rune. Or in the category of continuous runes. In the continuous category, there are 3 specific types of runes. You have stadiums, symbolic with the symbol of a storm. You have artifacts, which are kind of diamonds with an X in them. And then you also have divine runes with somewhat of a helmet on them, usually represented by a god. In this case, we have Aeolus. And then finally, then you have your instant runes. There are 2 types of instant runes. You have invokes and you have counter runes. Now, counter runes need to be placed face down on the field for 1 turn in order to be activated. What that means is, say it's your turn, you place it face down, and now it's your opponent's turn. You can now activate that counter rune whenever its effect allows you to. Some say when you proceed to combat, when your opponent's Elestral attempts to attack, then you activate it. Invokes are considered your sorceries. They can be activated sorcery speed, meaning that whenever it's your turn you can activate this. And while we're on the subject of your turn, let me go through the phases. You first have draw phase. You will draw 5 cards. Let me show you. Put this over here. Over here. Let's flip these over, and then let's just group all these together. Say we shuffle. So you start off the game with 5 cards. Voila, 5 cards. This hand seems okay. But this is also a standard structured deck, which will be in the Kickstarter for anybody who wants them. So say for my first turn 1, I want to play this card. It's called Exaltier. And then it says you can nexus up to 2 wind spirits. When you do, opponent must expend or get rid of. Means expending means sending a spirit from your spirit deck to the underworld, your graveyard. So right here we have good combination with Aeolus and Exaltier. So say we play Aeolus. Aeolus' effect is when you cast this Aeolus, you can enchant up to 4 to it. And then disenchant 2 winds from this card in order to search your deck for an Elestral with enchantment cost of 1 wind and add it to your hand. So disenchanting just means taking spirits that are on the field on that card, sending them to the underworld. So let's try that. Say, just for this right now, we're going to just equip it with 2. Now it does say up to 4, so you can do 5, 6. Sorry, up to 4. I'm not sure why I'm saying 5 or 6. So that means you can do 1, 2, 3, or 4. So say I summon him. Actually, no. For this case, we have to do 3. Yeah, we have to do 3. Let's get 3. We have 3 on that. We'll summon 1 for Exalter. Excuse me. Get 1 from my spirit deck. As you see, we're using 1 wind for Exalter. First, we'll activate Aeolus' effect. When you cast this, disenchant 2. So let's disenchant 2. 1, 2. And then let's look for a 1-cost wind Elestral. Let's get this guy. This guy, we all love this guy. Pegas, everybody loves Pegas. So this is what Pegas does. When this Pegas receives 1 wind, you can target and destroy 1 rune on the field. Sounds pretty good, right? Yeah, I think so too. So here we go. So now that I've summoned my Elestral, I can now use Exalter's effect to Nexus. Now, Nexus is an interesting mechanic where a Nexus pretty much means to move a spirit from one source to another. So we're going to use Exalter's effect to Nexus from Aeolus. Now, Aeolus' effect This is important to know. This is pretty much a state-based effect. So you need one spirit for Aeolus to be on the field. But if he has no spirits, he is immediately destroyed and sent to the graveyard due to base state actions. And now that Exalter, now you Nexus up to 2, so it could be 1 or 2. Now that you've Nexused, your opponent has to expend send 2 to the graveyard. So then let's talk about fighting mechanic in this game. Well, first, so I summon Exalter, but so when you summon normal enchant, you can decide whether attack mode or defense mode, whichever you please. So, and if they're in defense mode, you will lose no life. But if you're in attack mode, you can lose life. So say, for instance, I have... Your opponent summons this Swordlet, has a Swordlet. And... excuse me. So we're going to look at attack and defense attack values. Swordlet's 5. Exalter is a 3. So, when normally, if their Swordlet attacks uses Exalter, you will lose 1 spirit. Excuse me, sorry. I went ahead of myself. If Swordlet has 2 spirits equipped to it, and Exalter has 1, you will lose 1 spirit. So attacks Exalter. Exalter would go, and I lose 1 damage. I take 1 damage worth of spirits. And for damage, you can take whatever spirit you want in your spirit deck, send it to the underworld. So damage calculation is calculated by the number of spirits enchanted to an Elestral. So if your opponent has a 3 spirits enchanted to their Elestral and attack your attack position Elestral with 1 spirit, you'll take 2 damage. So on and so forth. That pretty much goes over basic attacks. You have normal enchants. You have several types of enchantments. You have your normal enchant, which I just showed you there. You have a special enchant, which I'll show you this twin drop. Let's go get his this little buddy. So Hydra. Hydra says when this Hydrake is destroyed in battle, you can special cast a Twindra from your hand or deck. So this is destroyed, and you can special Twindrake. But in order to special summon Twindrake, as you can see, it needs 2 wind spirits. So you'll get the 2, like prior, you get 2 wind spirits and enchant them onto Twindra. Next is, let's say we have ascending, normal ascending. So each turn you only can play 1 Elestral, and you have to start from the bottom, which is 1 cost. So say I play Hydrake. For some reason, your opponent just can't get rid of it. Sure. So now it comes down to your turn. In order to summon this 2 cost Elestral, you must once again attach a spirit. This is not to make this confusing for everybody. You must attach a spirit from your spirit deck, and then you can overlay or ascend by sending Hydrake to the graveyard, to the underworld, and then you can play the Twindrake. And those are pretty much all the basic rules. Other features are, say you have a really dead hand in the very beginning game, you can mulligan by expending or sending 2 spirits from your underworld to the graveyard. You can do that. Say, for instance, you have a hand, you can't play anything. You can't play an Elestral. By expending 1 spirit from any spirit from your spirit deck to the underworld, you can draw one card. But this is in replace of a normal or special enchanting. And that's pretty much all there is for right now, currently. My next video will be more about the Kickstarter that's going on right now, so stay tuned. But for now, gotta fly. See you later. Peace. Thanks again for watching my video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you till next time. Gotta fly. Peace.